Welcome to ClearSpeak GCC, where clear communication gets you clear results. This video will tell the story about why I started this business, and I'll also go over my motivation and tell you a little bit more about myself and especially the results that I have achieved. So this is the back of my business card. I am the owner and lead consultant of ClearSpeak GCC Consulting. That's my telephone number and this is my email. And you can also find my LinkedIn profile with this QR code. ClearSpeak GCC started in May 2023, but it has been building for quite a number of years. About 25 years ago, I started teaching business communication and business English in South Korea and in Taiwan, Canada, and the United Arab Emirates for the past 18 years or so. And I love teaching this subject, but I was starting to feel unmotivated and unappreciated. Yes, I loved my students. Absolutely. I went to their weddings. We would go to the desert together. We would share wonderful stories together. But the content that I was teaching, it seemed that they were thinking, yeah, I'll use it later when I get a job. And I was starting to feel a little bit bored because it was repetitive. Therefore, I started to disengage and I became tired with my job. I don't know if any of you can relate to those feelings of perhaps burnout or what we call these days quiet quitting. And I stayed in that job for a couple more years because I was a little bit worried about going out on my own. I was worried about giving up my salary. I was worried about the security of having a house, of having a job. And I also really didn't want to give up those nice long vacations. So I had to start thinking. I was thinking, oh, I would like to open a business, but I'm afraid. Then one day, everything changed. I was sitting in my classroom having lunch, and a former student walked in. She had graduated from my business communication class, and she said to me, I have a presentation that I have to give. I'm in a Korean speech contest, and I want to go over my presentation with you. And I looked at her presentation. I do not speak Korean, and I don't know enough about Korean dramas to help her, but she was the expert in that area, and I was the expert in putting together presentations. So I helped her format her presentation. I helped her find ways to engage with her audience, and guess what? She won first prize. This is Hessa. She's winning this Korean speech contest in Abu Dhabi. And I was so proud of her. And my feeling of joy just went, I just couldn't believe that just getting a little bit of coaching where presentation skills could help her get her goal. And that started me thinking to think, if I could do this with Hessa, who else could I do this with? So I got hungry. I wanted to learn more. I wanted to learn everything I could about starting a business, specifically in business communication. So I went to Berlin, Germany, into the IATEFL conference in 2019. And this is a conference where it's coaches and people who are teaching, coaching business communication. And I wanted to learn how to set up a LinkedIn profile, how to get a company started, all of these things. That was what my goal was. How can I start a business and what does it take to run a business? And I went to this conference and guess who I met? This wonderful person called Heather Hansen. She is the author of Unmuted and she runs Global Speech Academy from Singapore. When I walked into the conference, everybody said to me, oh, she's a rock star. She's amazing. So I sat down with my pad of paper ready to take notes, and she opened her presentation like this. I started my business because I have an expensive habit of eating good food and traveling to foreign countries on weekends. and I was absolutely hooked. I wanted to learn how I could also build a business that would help people master communication skills, to get better at how they wrote emails, but most importantly, how they presented themselves. So Heather and I worked together. She became my mentor. I took her business boot camp course, and then we also worked together trying to set up a branch of Global Speech Academy here in the UAE. It didn't work out that way, and that is how ClearSpeak GCC Consulting was born. I decided to go out on my own, and this is what happened. I joined the Canadian Business Council and became a board member. I worked closely with the Abu Dhabi Business Women Council, and I also joined Female Fusion, which is a group in the UAE that helps female entrepreneurs gain skills so that they can be successful businesswomen in the UAE as well. And from learning all about this, I was able to start this incredible business, which makes me feel so motivated. I feel so appreciated because I'm working with people, men, women, teens, university students. But why I love this job is that I help people with their presentation skills and they attain these goals. So it keeps me inspired. It keeps me engaged and it keeps me invigorated. I love what I do because I see incredible results. And here are some of the results that I have achieved. Well, not me. I've helped other people achieve, and it seems to be mostly women who are achieving their goals. So I work mostly with smart, ambitious, driven, and talented women, mostly here in the UAE. Yes, I do help men if they need my help, but most of the clients that come my way that are referred to me are women. And here are some of the success stories. I was coming across women who were, as I said, smart, talented, and ambitious, but they were also afraid and nervous about standing up in front of people. Their voices would shake or they would forget what they wanted to say. They were worried about making a fool of themselves. So they were not progressing in their career because they were not being heard. They weren't sharing their ideas because they were embarrassed or unsure. In fact, many of my clients choose to pay out of their own pocket rather than ask their boss for professional development. Most companies will pay for their employees to get training with me, but some women didn't want anybody to know that they were learning these very important life skills. Can you imagine? This is what happened with a few of my clients. This is Mariam Al-Kabasi, and she came to me having never done a presentation, a big presentation before. And in 1 month, with only 4 coaching sessions, she not only delivered a massive speech in front of many people at the Abu Dhabi National Exhibition Center, she also found herself on a panel conversation and delivered it beautifully. We were so impressed to watch her gain the skills and gain that confidence. Then I had another client who was an executive with environmental area here in the UAE, and she found herself speaking on the stage at COP28, being interviewed on TV. These are women that did not want to speak, and now their careers are skyrocketing because people are hearing them and seeing their ability to communicate, and it's just marvelous. I've worked with people at HSBC, mostly executives here with the university in Dubai, the Canadian Business Council, several women from the Abu Dhabi Business Women Council, and several women from the Abu Dhabi Executive Office. That's what's so interesting is I couldn't tell you anything about banking or management or being an executive of any big, large company. Yet, the presentation skills are something that you need to know because it has certain structure. There are certain principles and practices that, if you are aware of, you are able to look really confident and sound really confident, even if you still are a little nervous inside. So, if you are interested in working with me, I have two things that I can offer you. One is a 15-minute discovery call where we'll just talk and I can hear about what your goals are. And the other one is a free speech assessment. So you send me a recording of yourself and I do a speech assessment and we meet and we talk about it. I love to do this. There's no obligation to buy anything. It's just a chance for me to hear your goals and to find out how I can help you. Again, my name is Robyn Albers, and I'm the owner and lead consultant of ClearSpeak GCC Consulting. You can reach me by phone, by email, by my website, or my LinkedIn. I would very much love to work with you because I want to help anybody, but especially smart and talented and driven women thrive in their careers. Because if you can communicate clearly, you can get clear results. Thank you for listening.